sugar sand and trading it out. Every
Is it dry?
Oh, it'll be dry, yeah.
Neil McCoy's little rough. Get out of here. That's right. I got a whole bunch of millage. I got a stack of millage big as this courthouse. Ground up that stuff off the highway.
Bring it over, we'll work out a swap.
Why, we might work out something.
Talk to him, make sure you don't get yourself in a bag.
It'll be done right. You can
That's what I'm talking about. You ought to be good.
Hey, I want to tell y'all something, just FYI, as of next week, we'll have from 1932 forward online.
Really?
On our deed records. So that should cut down on our, the copy request. But, yeah.
I think we worked
We're
out.
excited
I'm
about
a bulldog.
this.
I know what's this, buffalo? I go buffalo bison, I'm a bulldog.
We've got 2 more years to pay on that contract, and so I'm not doing like in
This
this
is a
project,
contract.
trying to build up those funds, so in 2 years, you know, we'll try to get the rest of those scanned in. Thank you, ma'am.
You already used your cutting board?
Well, I don't know, I'm a bulldog, but I don't know, I never have been a buffalo. I don't know if I'm gonna use a cutting board or not, why?
Oh, you can use it for your minnows or something.
For my what?
Anything bigger than a jalapeno looks small.
You gotta have, that's perfect for your limes, for your margaritas.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I use mine for. I can always use an extra. You need something for your lime.
Well, I just tell the waitress put mine in mine.
Jennifer called you about her last.
Don't nobody mix one with this thing.
A meeting, commissioners meeting on this week.
What's the deal with
At the end of July.
What's the deal with it? Somebody.
I'm sure some health organizations.
I mean, you know what I mean, like that. Well, hell, that's.
If you're
that's a
anxious,
given.
yeah, this is really.
I think it's like an hour.
Now, if I throw it at somebody.
That's what alcohol is.
That might
Hey,
feel
if you're anxious, that's what alcohol is for. Just get you a drink.
As long as she's okay.
Yeah, okay, so. When are y'all gonna be gone? When are y'all gonna be gone to the meeting? What
Yeah,
day?
whenever I come back, I'm busy.
I just noticed that. Monday through Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. Next week.
23rd.
Oh, man, this is not good.
We don't have to go.
If we are going to, I guess we'll have to have a meeting on the 28th, the 29th,
Well, we're gonna be there in the morning at 8 o'clock.
30th, huh?
We're gonna be here on the 28th at 8 o'clock for the swearing in. Or I am.
When do we get our numbers?
Friday, the 25th, usually later in the day.
What is it?
We're gonna have to hit it hard that week.
Nobody's gonna be here next week, so we can't do it next week.
Now, I'm talking about the following week, we have to, and when's our deadline, what's our deadline?
Well, we'll need to file something by the end of the month, which is Thursday.
Yeah,
So I'm
by the
thinking,
31st,
Yeah.
so that means half a day.
We don't have to go.
Yeah, we do, I do.
all right, let's,
We're gonna have some more down through the year.
Can we have one next Friday?
I mean, we don't pay for it though.
We're gonna have to.
we could have something on Tuesday and Wednesday of the next week, I guess.
So that's 28th, 29th.
What if we just continue this one? What if we just adjourn today and come back on,
We can only adjourn till the next day.
we come back tomorrow and then adjourn the next day? Whatever we need to do.
Well,
I mean,
we don't have our,
well, we can do it on the 28th. Well, that's not,
we don't have our numbers.
Well, you have the preliminary numbers to be looking at.
Yeah, we have preliminary.
We did, I hadn't seen it.
They sent it out probably April.
I think April 30th, if I'm
Oh.
not mistaken.
It, and the revenue is
got it
about the
mailed.
same.
Oh,
It's about the same.
okay.
Yeah.
But you'll get the ones for this year on the 25th?
It's July 25th of every year. This year it happens to be on a Friday.
Okay. Let's see what we can do then. We might have a little longer meeting this morning. Let's look at the
The 28th will be up for sure.
18th. Yeah.
That'll be the first meeting we can have that will have Dan's numbers.
Is that Tuesday?
Monday.
How about Tuesday, the 29th? That way we'll have the numbers and we can probably,
We're all gonna be on the 28th to see the swearing in.
what?
The swearing in's on the 28th for the new auditor. It's
It's
8 o'clock
8
upstairs,
o'clock that morning.
or 8:30.
Okay.
Does that give you time?
Are y'all wanting the tax rates calculated by then, or just a copy of the appraisal district certified roll?
Well, we won't know our, no new
No new
revenue.
rate.
You want the tax rates calculated?
Yeah, that's what we need.
How long does it take you to do that once you receive it on that Friday?
Well,
Maybe by the next Tuesday?
I'd like to have a little bit of breathing room, because the legislature's meeting in a special session, property tax reliefs.
Well,
Something they're
no,
gonna talk
this is
about,
just
they
a draft.
could
This is just a
change.
draft that we're gonna file.
There's been times that I haven't, my worksheets are not updated from this, because I do them electronically, you know. And if there's been any law change, then they're gonna need time to, you know, update the worksheets, comptroller would update them. And then my software provider wants at least 3 business days to make the changes, test them,
Sure.
before they release them to me to be able to start inputting data.
So
But
it
I don't
surely
foresee that happening, but
It won't be by the next
I'd
Monday.
hate to promise it Monday, on a late Friday.
Maybe Tuesday?
I do my best to have them to you Tuesday, because I know you need them.
We'll say we're tentatively gonna have a Tuesday meeting or a Wednesday meeting. Or both. Okay. Tentatively. And if something big comes up, well, we'll just have to figure it out and work with that.
I think in all practicality, I could have your
Tuesday.
rates Tuesday.
Okay. Okay. So today is 16th.
Took a break for
All right, so let's go through these, and then we'll decide what day we're gonna try to have a meeting. Okay, you got all your sheets there. And so we'll just go through, and this is everything except the special funds. Okay. First one is county judge. Well, the main thing is salaries. You have the printout of the salary schedules. Do you, that colored one, you have that?
Grab it,
Yes. Is it updated?
it should be.
Should be. Okay. I need a new copy of that's in, but we'll have to be talking about salaries pretty quickly.
That's the main thing, isn't it?
That's the main thing. That's the main thing. Because then the rest of it, we can just adjust around on the, to get something done. But I hate to, well, we've done this before where we thought we were gonna do something on salaries, did it, and then the day we were there to approve, we changed it, and it was,
You can't, after you post it, you can't, you're not supposed to change it, are you? After you post something.
you cannot give an elected official a raise after it's published. Yeah, unless you republish, and then that's gonna get, then you have to have more time before you can finish up, but. All right. Let's start with the county judge. About the same. Any discussion on that? one where it showed leases and agreements for last year, 4,500. I don't know what in the world that was. I must have hit too many zeros. So I'm budgeting $300 this time. Okay.
You're coming in way under.
Yeah, oh, I'm coming in way under. But that conference expense includes the historical meeting, because I sure think we need to go to that again this year, since we'll be getting into the grant stuff. Now, the auditor, we increased the office supplies a little. The leases and agreements were different because we have had an increase on the net data, or what is that? Vertical, is that? Vertical. Yes, so that was increased, and I increased yours too on that, Mandy. And then, gosh, that's light. And then, all right, let's talk about that 250 at the bottom, that, I don't think I'm gonna put that on here. Yes, that's what that 300 was. All right, for timekeeping, it's $5 a month per employee, times 12, so it's $60 a year per employee. And so that's what the agreements were on the auditor, and the time clock for 4 people that are in that office. 4 people. Other than that, oh, and I increased the other expense because there'll probably have to be some new name tags and new stuff like that made, since we'll have a new auditor. Okay, now the treasurer. Gosh, these are light. All right. We'll start with workers' comp because the payroll hadn't been, we haven't talked about that yet. But postage the same, office supplies the same, dues.
Since you mentioned postage, they are going up on postage again. So just FYI.
Really?
Yes.
The stamp's gonna be 69 cents.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Well, nobody's using them anymore.
78.
Yeah, they're in the 70s, yeah. But just to make sure everybody is aware, they are going up again on postage.
On Mandy's, that 8275 is the 8,125 for the I3 vertical, and then 150, well, that's probably a little too much, but for the timekeeping. Okay. Do you want to talk about your salary deal, about an HR administrator?
I think it would be beneficial to have an additional position in our office to handle more of the HR things that come through the door. So it's been challenging doing mostly HR and not enough treasury to where we can focus on grants and things.
Hopefully, this new timekeeping thing will help you too.
Yes.
Time-wise, yeah. Okay. So that's the request, is our HR position. Financial software, we have no idea what we're gonna try to get or when, since we don't have our auditor yet.
Right.
We don't know if we'll even get it in place for this next year, is that right? Y'all be looking at it, but, you know, we've got the, I3 vertical paid for the year. We've got that budget. So, do you think we need to budget in financial software for this next year?
gonna be a while before we can get one, so.
So not, we probably don't need to budget anything for this next year.
I don't know if they're gonna require some kind of initial upfront fee for them to start extracting data.
Well, they would, but if we just don't know if we're actually gonna be to that point in this next year, I guess is what I'm trying to ask.
Right, but if you wanna get on a list, like they're really far out.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a year and a half
Yeah, it's a
from
line
now.
position.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know what, maybe we should.
So probably in this next year, we probably won't be paying anything then.
No, I can't imagine.
Okay, all right. Okay. Then we go to tax assessor collector. Not really anything different on that.
No, ma'am.
We've already taken care of the money counter service contract.
Correct, and I think it should be pretty self-explanatory. The 43580 equipment and furniture, that was $1,000. It shows zeros on 2025 budget because I had to use that entire line item to help pay for bonds. That gets paid out of other expense. So, other expense last year was $2,000, so I want to increase that to $3,000 so that doesn't happen again, and then put the $1,000 back into my equipment and furniture. Other than that, it's just ticking up. QuickBooks is something that we pay for separately that went up several $100s last year, so I just wanted to kind of make sure that was covered. And as far as the agreements and leases for the DMV machine, that's about $350 a year. We may wind up getting another one of those anyway because of some changes in how the dealerships are doing titles. Used to, they would bring in completed title work to us, paper. Clerk would sit down, basically proof them, and then kick them back if they need to be worked. All that's done electronically now, which means all that time sitting in front of paper is now sitting in front of the screen. So we may want to getting one more RTS system from the station from the DMV to kind of make that flow better. But not a big expense, but just something I want to account for. I think, and postage is a big thing for us. We were blessed this last year in one way, in other ways no, but as far as postage goes, a whole lot of minerals rolled off because they were below the $500 threshold. So that was a whole bunch of accounts that didn't turn into tax statements that had to be mailed. So our postage, we had ample postage this year. So even with
Increase.
relatively big increase, I can't remember, it seems like it's over 10% what it's fixing to do.
But that also decreased the number of parcels that we have.
Well,
we
so
don't get-
unless there's a big influx, which I don't really know why there would be, I think postage would be okay. So that's why I left that unchanged. So I think the net's, a couple $1,000 over last year.
Okay, thank
Try to
you.
be as conservative as I can without being derelict.
One thing I want to keep in mind is, we talked last year about maybe trying to budget this year to do a little add-on on his office for a drive-through window so that some of the elderly people that are going up there don't have to get out at all. If it's something that when we get right down to it and it's there, I would like to come here and do that. I just think it'd be a big hit to the public.
All right, the next one is Commissioner's Court. Basically the same. Might need a little more conference expense this next year. All right, that's small county court. Reduce the minimum commitments from 3,000 to 2,000. Hopefully that will, we will have less need for that. They need to increase that court reporting. We, are going to have have to get an outside court reporter to come in to do a trial, and they charge $600 a day plus expenses. So that one might be that might be enough, $2,000 for the year. Maybe we won't have one next year at all, so. And interpreter, if, you know, there's that probate one that we're gonna have to do. Some of those people don't speak English, so we'll have to have a certified court reporter. All right, next sheet. Miss County Clerk. Let me see,
Everything remained the same as it was last year, except for the LGS. I really didn't know what line item and
I was just fixing to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Everybody that has LGS, I need to get a printout of what each one is, and we'll increase that. I know it's $5,000 total, but I don't have the departments, the breakdown. We'll get that and I'll put it on there.
okay.
Okay. Clerk. On yours, I increased it, the dues and subscriptions for the,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
so I added 300 to that. Can you make me a list of the leases and agreements and how much they are for the year? So I can put that on the spreadsheet that we give to the auditor's office? And we'll check and be sure nothing's gone up on any of those. Thank you. The next one is the county attorney. Boy, do we have questions for that.
I was glad that you were light on some of those earlier. That's good.
Capital litigations. For your office, you don't think you'll need much? Capital litigation.
Yes, okay. Yes, ma'am, I do not. The capital case that's pending right now is being handled solely by the AG's office, so they will handle any cost of prosecution with that. Now, there's not going to be costs, I don't want to say that, but from the prosecution standpoint, they're handling all of that.
Okay.
If it goes death penalty, that would trigger that, what y'all just renewed, that Regional Public Defender's Office, we'd have to pay, y'all seen this happen before, y'all have to pay for experts and things like that, but the attorney's fees would be covered. We talked about it's hard to predict, but I feel like this next budget year won't be super heavy with the costs of capital litigation. I think you could potentially get there over time, but what is in there now, Judge?
Right now, this is just for your department, it's 2,500.
Oh, yeah, if you're just counting for my department.
But we're gonna talk about that other in a different spot.
Yes, ma'am, I apologize, but my department,
Yeah.
that's almost there for unforeseen expenses, I would think, not dealing with the case that we currently have.
Okay. I don't spot it right now. Hold on just a sec. I think that would be in the 25 maybe. 25. No.
capital litigation on 525.
While you're looking for it, now that I'm thinking about it, the one that is currently pending, he hired an attorney. So that will
Okay, I'm
just
looking
help a
down at
lot in the long run.
page 15, capital litigation. We had budgeted 45,000 last year, or the year we're in now, we haven't used anything. But we had done that just in case some of that did come up. Do you think 45 for this coming year would be a good estimate?
I think that would have you covered.
For sure, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So that's what we have on page 15 for capital litigation, in case there is something on that capital case.
If nothing happens in that, then that money will stay in that line item, can't be transferred or anything.
It can be, but you see, we had 45 for this year, budgeted, we've not spent anything, we haven't transferred anything, because we hadn't had any expenses, and that's in the indigent defense section.
And the good thing is, Clyde, it's like, I mean, I'm not saying I would move it around, but I don't have access to just do a budget transfer in that, right? That looks to be a fund that y'all control.
Well, anytime we're gonna transfer it, we'd have to do a budget transfer, and y'all would approve it. So-
Right, but it's not within my budget, all right? It's something completely.
Or mine
separate.
either.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's about all on that then. Let's go back to
Page 11,
page 11.
if approved, 10.
Yeah, 10. Okay, let's see if it's 10. 10, okay, 10. We're not really talking about any salaries just yet. That'll be at the end on.
Yes, ma'am. What I want to just mention, I may have to come back to this, but I bumped that salary up because I am asking for an additional position, and that is a discovery person. And what I mean by discovery person, to give you a little bit of background, when I first came in 2017, we took in probably about 300 felony cases a year. That's not counting misdemeanors. Misdemeanors probably the same, so about 600 cases or so. Right now, it seems like arrests are soaring. I don't know, but they are ridiculous. And we're probably pacing 450 felony cases for this year, give or take. So you're talking about an increase of about 150 on the felony side. I would say about the same on the misdemeanor, somewhere around there. The reason for a discovery person is that right now, law enforcement, we've gone digital, not me, but law enforcement has. They're sending over links. Those links, you get it, it's the case on Brian Evans, and you go and you download the paper and the videos. The problems we're dealing with is that download time is the download time. There's no way to make it faster other than upgrading our internet, which is we're in the process of doing through Dang. So for instance, right now, one of my paralegals has about 30 cases to intake. We can download about 3 cases a day. Now again, that internet's going to get better, so I'm not saying that's going to be the way that it is the whole time. The problem is I have 2 paralegals, they're dealing with intaking cases all day long, and they're not really able to concentrate on that and their paralegal duties dealing with court documents and things like that, the stuff that we have indicted or have filed. I'd be looking for that person to start out at whatever fits in the normal position of that range, right? I forget now, there's been raises and things like that, what my paralegals start off with, but something that would be normal starting salary of a paralegal or clerk, or we would discuss that about what the salary would be. Would just like to get somebody else full-time to handle the intake of cases that are coming in. That person would also probably sit up front, probably be a front person where, for instance, we have a sexual assault case coming up. Because of the way that that works, a lot of my personnel comes over here to court and we're here for 4 days straight, right? There's nobody really left over there except for my misdemeanor paralegal, which she could sit up front, but then we're not doing, right now, then we're not intaking any cases and doing that kind of stuff. So we're just a little stretched thin. I think that it will get better. I think I have a plan of action to try to help the download and things like that. It just feels a little bit like our back's against the wall trying to get all of this done and the amount of cases that are coming in. That's where we're at. I'm sure that we can come back to it in salaries and maybe discuss it a little bit further. Just want to kind of get out in front of it to let you know what I'm thinking and what I think would be best.
900 cases a year?
Right now, I'm hoping it slows down the last few months. That's really what we're tracking. I haven't gotten there yet on any year. But like I said, it's gone from 300 felonies to about 350. But then right now, the problem is kind of when I was talking about the timesheet situation. It's just this perfect storm going on right now of just arrests after arrests and intake after intake. We've also switched to LGS. Obviously, that's taking some getting used to. I think it's going to be fine in the long run, but doing all of that, and I think it's just kind of created that perfect storm of an influx of arrests. Now, Andy, I don't know whether that's going to continue on. I still think it goes back to the way that it was, having somebody to handle that portion of the cases coming in would alleviate my paralegals to do their paralegal work. So even if that number went back down to what I would call normal, probably in the 300 range of felonies, I still think I would want that position.
The more arrests we have, which I disagree with Brian, I don't think it's going away. I think
It may not. I'm trying to be optimistic.
I'm just trying to be realistic. He's optimistic, I'm realistic, okay? I don't think it's going anywhere. But one thing to remember, or for y'all to take in consideration, is with the more arrests that we have, every office, county clerk, district clerk, DA, my office, and several different areas of my office, everything is more. Everything's going up. We're handling more paperwork, we're handling more people, we're handling a lot of extra stuff. And so where we've been with employees, I can't speak for their office, I know for mine, we were struggling to keep up in the first place. And now it's even worse. And I mean by far worse. Just because the amount of everything we're having to handle now. Because with, he said he probably has about 150 extra cases coming in right now. And that's what he's got. That's probably not what all's landed yet. Because sometimes it takes a while for us to get cases in, not just us, but all agencies. So just one thing to consider, because it's hitting us pretty good right now. And I don't think it's going anywhere.
Okay, on a lighter note.
Happy days.
Is it dope stealing combination about it, one leads to the other, basically, but, I mean.
For the county-wise, our thefts and burglaries, as far as the county, the sheriff's office, we're way down. We're about 34% down. Our guys are out there handling, the best we can on the roads. What it is a lot of the cities have picked way up. So a lot of dope cases come in. Lots of them.
Justice Court, little increase on those jurors. Page 11, about $560 more for jury fees. Then district court, A lot of mental evaluation. Court reporting. There's a lot of things on there that I'm gonna talk to them about. They don't have anything on capital litigation in there. May not need anything, but, also the mental evaluations with a little high. Other than that, anything? You ready to go to page 13? That is probation, theirs is basically just the same. And the next one is district clerk. She is here. Okay. I'm gonna need a list of your, agreements and leases again too,
Okay.
just so we can be sure that it's updated.
Okay, I'll do it for you.
Because we may need to add, the LGS to yours too, so let's look at that.
Okay, one second. The only thing I asked for an increase in is my supplies.
No, I can't hear.
Oh, okay. The only thing I asked for an increase in is my supplies. And just like, Mr. Evans was telling you about, all the criminal cases alone, that's not counting my civil and family, juvenile cases, have tripled. And, my fee book alone is $800, and plus all my
Book, yeah.
just for a book, and my binders, which, I mean, we're going through them a lot faster than we did because of all the cases, new cases that are being set up. Paper is even so, just, stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I believe that's the only thing. I always run out of money, about this time of year, and ask for more in supplies, so that's why I do that.
Okay. question about, do you want to report page 14? Okay. Go to page 15. And this is indigent defense. Increase the attorney fees on the 77th. The 87th is about the same in fees, and put that capital litigation and increase the interpreter. Page 16. That's juvenile, budgeting the same amount. We haven't had a lot of expense in that category. And then on page 17 that is county court. Budgeting the same amount on those two. Now, when you look at this, you have to remember that these sheets were printed May the 23rd, so that just went through about April. So there's been a lot more expenses since then. So plus, that'd be another still 5 months. So, all right. And then the next is just a summary of what is being requested. And we'll go back and talk about some of these. Just to give you an idea of what the different JPs are asking for. More part-time. And travel. Y'all can think about these and we'll come back with suggestions on them. About several of them.
They're increasing, looks like they're increasing their travel allowance by $500. One in three looks like. I just looked at the first one. Yeah, 1 in 3.
And 2? Oh, no, that's part-time. Are we ready on page 22? We're still looking for these. I think that's just a summary of what they, so look at the diff, yeah. Yeah.
24, do you think that the 10,000 added to the autopsies is going to be enough?
$24. The 10,000 added to the autopsy?
But this was, like you said, this was in June. I thought we had to transfer some money for autopsies, a few bills cycles back.
You wanna make it 60?
I think it'd be something,
Okay.
we've watched it
Yeah.
hit us pretty hard this year, all year long.
I don't know if they've gone up on that or not. I know for a while, like a year or two ago, I know they went up
Or
quite a bit on
significant
autopsies.
amount.
Yeah.
They
It's
get-
just been more up.
Well, that too,
Yeah.
but they did go up at one point. I'm not sure if they're looking at doing that again, so.
And you'll be the constables in a minute on page 25. Put that, let's see. Hospital precinct 2 is asking for an increase in travel. And a cell phone allowance, and some body armor, and a uniform allowance.
What precinct is that?
2, hospital 2.
What kind of body armor does he want or need? My office may have it.
Okay.
Precinct 1 is asking for $8,000 in salary increase.
Which one?
Precinct 1. So we're getting 40,000,
Constable, yes, he is.
40,120, so they're getting an $8,000 raise, or requesting. Precinct 2 is asking for 2,500 plus 1,900 more in travel.
So yours is gonna be. Yeah, those would be, they're both commissioners. Well, it's up. So this is right there. So it's like, yours is this stuff. This too. We still have.
Were you family relations?
Are you page 27 yet? Okay. I don't, that 11,000, I don't know if that's part, just 1250 is part of it, or if you meant 1250 only. I know he spent a lot last year, I don't know, we'll have to do a little list on that. Of 11,000.
Yeah, because a lot of that was cameras and body cam and truck cam.
Yeah, last year, yeah. But I don't know what that 11,000 is that he's asking for this year. we look at those and kind of compare what the different offices, you know, are using to kind of get an idea. Just a lump sum amount. I think he's got some stuff behind it. It's a little detail, a little more detail. That's for Ford. Is everybody ready about for page 29, the sheriff's?
I'm only on 31.
Okay.
Here we go. Me, Andy, don't just get me. You're struggling over here.
I'm rolling.
Okay, I'm looking at the education. A lot more education.
Yes.
And
Just with
you
stuff.
you take advantage of all of the things that they have in Waco that are free.
Yes, and internet. We do a lot of internet
A
training
lot of
too.
internet. Okay. Is that education for a new person that's gonna be hired, that you'll have to send them to school, or not
If
so
this
much
is,
in the sheriff's office, is it?
if this is the sheriff's office side, then the education would be more on the lines of, particular, training, specialized training.
Mhm.
So
That's
a
also
lot,
that in there.
yes, a lot of the specialized training is what costs us money. It's not necessarily just the hours that we need or the
Yeah.
mandatory classes, it's those specialized trainings that are costing us, quite a bit of money,
I see on
but
your,
needed.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, but needed is what I was saying,
On your cell phone allowance, it went from 12,000 to 20,000. Is
yes.
that because you're getting more cell phones or?
It's gonna be because of the CAD system in our cars. All those computers now.
Is that the chips that we were talking about
Yes.
last time? Okay, so his is already figured in.
Okay.
But also too, remember, we pay for the whole county.
Okay, put that.
We're paying everybody's phone, computers, everything, so that's not just my office, that's a few out of another office, other offices too.
About on 575 now.
Nothing else on the sheriff's part that we saw? The tires and tubes are up a lot. Looks like since we have so many new vehicles, we still are needing a lot of tires and tubes.
Well, yeah, that doesn't really change because we're putting miles
Well, I
on
mean,
it
it's a lot more than what it's been.
this year. Or, you mean going
Well,
forward?
what it's gone to is now you have 3 different size tires.
I'm sorry.
Now you have 3 different size tires. Before we were buying 265 R17, that would fit everything. But the newer Tahoes are 20s. And then you have the Explorers, which are a different model. So you have an increase just for the mere fact of now you've gone from 1 tire to 3 different size tires, and the costs are varied on that this year.
Okay, what page are you on now?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
On the capital outlay, major purchase, we won't be funding that 50,000.
Yes, we've already paid, remember the one we looked at that we had this capital outlay? And we already had a PO for it, and we paid have we paid all of that now? Do you remember? It's $50,362. All those laptops?
I don't know if we paid.
Well,
We
I
paid for
think
laptops.
that Amanda was talking
The
for
bills
them.
today, the laptops, the bills today.
Was it
Yeah,
20
but
something?
that, it was 21 something,
Yeah.
21.4 or something?
And yes,
I just
Well,
didn't
that's a
know
great
what
budget.
Yes,
they're
that's.
anticipating they're all gonna be in and it's gonna be paid for before the end of the year.
Oh, yes. Matter of fact, I believe they are.
That's
If
it,
they're
right?
not, they're really close. Dane should have just about all of them in by now.
Basically, whatever we budgeted that for last year, we won't be.
It won't be carried over to the, and paying
And
this
it's-
year.
But it is a grant.
It's grant funded anyway. I got a grant for all that. So we'll get that, we'll be reimbursed that.
At some point, yeah. Okay, you ready to go to page 31? That's the worst one. Carol Commissioners. Looks like we're all right on the mental health with the same 30,000. Now, before we actually finish the budget, we'll get a new printout to see how much we've actually spent to date and be sure that something hadn't significantly changed. Inmate medical, we budgeted 185,000 last year, 250 for next year. Looks like the inmate groceries is gonna be okay at 100,000, that's what we had for last year. Out of county travel, we haven't spent very much, we did get a big bill in, or several, after this was printed, but it looks like the 10,000 that we had budgeted for last year, this year will be enough for next year unless it's something.
Is that
Out of
the,
county travel.
is that the transport? The out of county transport? I have something new that just came in on that. I wish I brought it up here. But one of the, they're gonna try something new, with a transport company that we already use periodically. And they're, I'll bring it the next time we come, but it may help us tremendously on some of these long hauls. And what we consider long is, you know, if it's over 8 hours, that's, you know, that's what we consider too much. You know, guy's gotta go down there, deal with what he's dealing with, come back, you know, all in one day. But it's depending on the mileage, how far it's out, they're willing to do it for a set price. So we'll bring that up here. It may be beneficial because we were looking at those prices and we were like, it cost us more than that to send a guy.
And you're not taking a personal one.
Exactly. They still got a man on the street instead of sending them away. So it may be something that's beneficial for the county in several ways.
Inmate housing, we budgeted 350,000 for this year, and we're already past that. And estimating at what we have now, 550. Again, we'll look at that when we get closer to the time and see what we've actually spent and see if we can adjust that any, but it's I don't know that much. Unless something.
We're still sitting at, we were still sitting at 80 this morning.
Yep. This morning.
I mean, that's pretty much what we're pushing constantly now.
All right, page 32, and not much on that, that's an extension. Page 33, that's a whole new deal. There's a lot of backup to it that you can study and suggest. I don't even know enough questions yet on page 33 to talk about it. We want to come back when we come next time and do that more in depth. All right, let's talk about capital outlay on page 34. We talk about roofs, dispatch, and county clerk. Is that right? That we'll be looking at this next year?
Yes.
And do we have any kind of an estimate on those? I know you had talked to the roof people when they were here before.
Right, well, when he comes back, that's when he was gonna give us a ballpark square
Okay.
footage.
Okay, all right.
Judge, with the big, consideration on the control board and wiring, would that need to go into
I've got it written down here. I don't have an amount. I didn't remember what you told me. The jail, the SO, the wiring situation,
It was,
84. Okay, I was thinking 90. Yeah. Okay. Then, we're gonna have moving out expenses, rent for a year, well, maybe a year, but no, it'll probably be less than 12 months, but it'll be close to, I imagine. So we might as well figure out for a year, the rent and utilities. Wherever we move, we'll have to pay the utilities. And so, I mean, we talked a little to some people about things, so I think if we budgeted for right now, $4,000 a month, how much utilities a month would you guess? Say $1,000 just to be sure. Hopefully it wouldn't, it might be that much.
And when you figure, if you gotta figure internet, an additional internet lines on top of your electricity and water and sewer, if it's in the city,
Yep,
it's gonna be more than 1,000.
1,500, you think, a month?
I think you're way off on your rent.
Yeah, I think that's low too.
I think that's low.
Well, we don't wanna put too high, because whoever we're trying to rent from, if they know that we budgeted that much, they may run in.
Depends on how many officers we're looking at one time too.
What are you laughing about? They may be listening at this and
already
say,
know.
oh, they can pay more than that.
as soon as they hear county, that's all they need.
Okay, I'll put 5,
It's their money we're spending. You know,
okay. Air conditioning units, we had talked about, of course, with the ones here, I think those are figured into the grant. But then we have probably 2 others at least. Are they big ones that are gonna be 25,000 apiece?
I think that $50,000 is good.
50,000, okay,
That should go too.
okay. Then the jail wiring, 84. We talked about trying to get a drone. Is that a huge expense? I don't know.
Well, we're not talking about getting a drone.
No, the EMC was, he's the one who requested
I
that.
mean, we use the fire department, there's 2 or 3 fire departments that have a drone we use.
Richard got one. Personal.
I guess the fire departments are theirs, people's personal drones, or did they?
No, they're certified, that's why we're allowed to use them. You gotta be certified in different areas in order for law enforcement to use them. They've got them and they come out when we call them.
Or they got the heat, their detection or whatever.
Yeah, because it's what he told me, the cost of one with the case and the 4 batteries and all that was about 10,000.
But you have to have somebody with a license to operate them. The fire department.
Has there been a problem where the fire department's couldn't cover it?
I haven't heard anything
I mean, we've never had an issue,
I'll
because
mark
there's
that off.
multiple fire departments that have them, so if one can't, the other one does, just like on everything else.
All right. What other capital outlay things that we're not thinking about? Of course, we know the courthouse.
I don't know how y'all wanna do the, because like I said, I've asked for 4 new positions, 2 jailers and 2 deputies, but we also have the agreement of buying 2 cars out of that SB 22, so, I don't know. Just, I don't know how the commissioner's court might wanna handle.
We are gonna buy 2 more out of SB 22. Okay, now I think that's a special fund.
Right, I just didn't
Right.
know how y'all wanted to handle your decision on the new positions potentially could be paid out of the SB 22 also, so it was, there's options there to be considered, that's all, that's what I'm saying.
What departments were the positions and how many were you asking for?
2 jailers and 2 deputies.
All right, then we'll go on to page 35, health and welfare. The big thing there, of course, is solid waste. And we'll just have to look at, man, what it shows here as having spent is not true of the actual amount, because we got some credits, a bunch of credits back on solid waste. So it looks like we haven't spent nearly that much money, but without the credits, it would have been. All right. 36, county services, kind of the same situation. Biggest thing there is the payroll. You wanna increase that emergency management, now the salary is up at the top, but this was just emergency management expense. You don't usually have much expense. You think we should make it 2,500 instead of 1,500? Emergency management expense?
What else is in this salary?
At the top, I don't have my thing here. County services would be, part of that is for, Steve Black. Half of it is, or part of it is in 911 and part is Steve Black. And then,
Is Reagan figured into that? Christine,
This would be
Solid
part-time,
waste.
so that's probably in,
solid waste,
the part-time is the, wait a minute, let me see. I think that, on page 35, I think that is Reagan's, that's the Jew,
okay,
I think.
okay.
And then we got
that's so what would be the
Richard,
part-time.
don't we have part of Richard on county services, Richard and Leonard and Steve. I think of those are the 3 that are in county services on page 36. Now, the part-time is Leonard, I guess.
Does that include Billy Sneed too?
Yeah,
for
what Billy
veterans?
Sneed?
But he's part-time too, right?
What is he? He's better.
No, he's got a page of his
That's page
own.
of his own, yeah.
It's, yeah. Okay.
So the salary for that is $101,000?
Part of it is Richard, part of it is Steve. And there may be something else up there. And I'll get one of those sheets and see who else is in home services.
Can we go grab it?
If you don't mind, thank you. We'll come back to that in a minute then. Okay. Indigent defense, indigent healthcare. And courthouse on page 38. That is, part-time is the custodian. And shouldn't have much courthouse maintenance this next year. We do have always some maintenance for the annexes and the jail. And I don't know how that 50,000,
Just ask about that.
we'll work in with the, if you look at 570, what we've done from there, if it was jail maintenance, we were transferred over into 570 and pay for it out of there. Depending on if it is actual building or if it's just repairs and maintenance.
Really about nothing on the price of the previous one.
It might be in the jail, the jail, which is 642. 6. It's just repairs and maintenance.
repairs and maintenance on the jail. And, look at where we're at right now. This was in May,
What page you looking
page 39,
at?
642, 450.
Yeah.
That just, even after the plumbing bills we done today, we're probably already maxed out on the 35,000 budget last year.
Yeah.
So to leave it the same,
We'll look back and see what repairs we did. We sure may have to increase it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you too, our plumbers that keep coming in, they keep telling us we're just gonna have a major, they can't keep fixing those same deals, they're getting worse and worse every time they come in, so they may have to have a major overhaul in one of our,
Lines.
one of our lines in 19.
tell them what talking about,
Yeah.
saying.
$631, who do you got?
I'm sorry, 6 what?
631.
Dane McBroom,
I'm
Steve
sorry?
Black, Dane McBroom, Steve Black, Richard McGowan, and Leonard Smith. So it's 4.
Who's the first one?
Dane,
Dane.
IT.
Oh, okay.
Who was it?
Dane. Dane.
Dang, okay. I didn't think about him being in that one, okay. Let me see it now.
Steve, Richard, Leonard, and Dane.
It says, discuss the new control board and updates in the controls within the jail.
That's the 84. That's the 84,000.
That's the 84? Oh, okay, well, we've already got that budgeted over again.
Yes, that's what it is for.
Okay.
And this may make sense to y'all on that 84,000, or especially for the auditor's office. I don't understand it, but she said that they have a GSA or a TIPS, TIPS, I think is what it is. and they're on a procurement path, so you don't have to get bids. If that makes sense.
The tips, I
Yeah,
guess we've used twice now,
right.
and it seems to be a little more user-friendly for the audit
But
office.
that company that we,
They're tips compliant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
they did limestones.
Do we do it on fire trucks? What do we do it on?
We used the place that I bought for the 50 was the first tips that we'd done,
Yep.
and then we used it for this roof. That was the second thing.
We used it on one of the vehicles, didn't we?
On the latest one.
So this Homeland Safety Systems, 82,000 is what we had talked about in the capital outlay for the jail.
Right. 82 sounds better than 84.
Especially 84 twice the way it was.
Got that in there, okay. Happy days.
I didn't say anything.
Is there any kind of maintenance or anything, maintenance agreement that goes with that?
No, not, because it's just like,
Okay,
they're not overseeing it, they're just coming in and fixing what needs to be, yeah, they're just replacing all the wiring to
Okay.
everything our control board's supposed to run, and the wiring is just breaking in their hands. It's, so everything just needs to be reran, but there's no cost, we're the ones that run it. No annual cost. Not yet, anyway. Everything else seems to be going to an annual cost.
Should really go in, parts, repairs, and maintenance under the jail.
Yeah.
It's no different putting a new wire harness in a maintainer pickup.
I mean, that's what they're doing, they're rewiring the whole, you know.
I think that'd be.
so when it says new control board,
Yes, there is a.
would that be an asset?
It's replacing our old board. What do you mean an asset, like a?
Well, like we would put on our list as an asset since it's 82,000.
Be a fixed asset.
But that board has not 82,000, the majority of that cost is
Yeah,
a bunch of rewiring, new cable.
okay, we could leave it as repaired probably then. So I'll take it out of, let's see. Building maintenance is the 82. For the jail. I just put 83 rounded it up. So I'll go back to that other one, which is. $620 and take it off to $620. Page 4, there's your veterans man. And then he left. Advocacy Center. I don't know of anything out there that needs to be repaired. We should repair everything on the Medicare supplement,
Mhm.
let's look again and see, have you seen anything saying it's gonna increase the, actual fee on that?
No, I
No.
haven't seen
Okay.
anything.
I'll just put that here then for now.
And Judge, y'all gonna continue to keep dispatch a separate budget than the sheriff's office?
I think so, for now, yeah. If we want to change, we need to start a little earlier. Yeah. We don't need anything else we have to spend our time on to do. Change around at this moment. Okay, and then, we have to look at the dues and subscriptions and leases and things. We talked about the museum. You know, we give money to them. I don't know if they're gonna get their money this next year.
They won't,
They won't.
they won't.
Okay. So do we wanna put the 15 in for this year?
I mean, all of that tonight. I come to purchase services, what, we, 35, 820, we just did 15. What was that?
We did a lot of, work that was charged to that, and I can't even remember what it is now, but I looked at it. But you see, before, we had very little expense.
Right.
What was it that we did there?
We have $3,000 in 24,
Yeah, 35,000.
3,500. And then the rate is 35,000.
I think it was something that,
Must have done a budget transfer during the year before you get to that.
maybe that,
Because it almost looks like we paid one bill because the,
yeah, out of that.
yeah.
Was that the TIG, when we did that TIG rebuild over
For
there?
the JP Annex.
It's something like that, that was a big
Yeah,
cost.
ma'am, okay.
I'll look at that and see again, but I did look. All right. Then ambulance. Wait, let's see. Yeah. Central Appraisal District. We won't get our fee on that until we get all the other stuff from the appraisal district. Ambulance.
I know that, last time Billy Perez was here, he said because something that passed in the legislature,
Mhm.
make them
Ambulance.
eligible for a grant
Mhm.
for an ambulance,
Mhm.
you know,
Rural,
look at us.
rural ambulance assistance or something like that.
So there might be some money that we need to put there for a grant match.
Mhm. We have no idea what they're doing.
No, I'll check with him to see how that's come along.
I'm gonna write that on your grant match.
That's it. Same purchase.
What are we gonna do about the, I guess the 14.4 for Workman, since they haven't said anything, will remain the same. We had to call it, because that might prompt them into raising them up.
That's good, as far as I know, that's good.
Okay. For now, do we want to leave those two the same? TIG 130 and Fairfield 150?
I'm sure he'll come
They'll come.
back around.
talked about various things in past times about looking at the call logs and various things. But we've always ended up giving everybody the same amount.
Well, they got their own line item too, they have their own.
Downey's got new, they've got new leadership and they're doing a whole lot better. Jay, they were kind of lost after Jay died.
Yeah.
You know, Jay just tended to it, and then when we lost him, they just took a walk, then picked up, but they're back. And they're pretty excited about going to get the tanker from TE.
Yeah.
And when we get to them, they got, the guy that's got the second part, manufacturing company is kind of over it now. The manufacturers, the Sacar. Yeah. He's kind of took the lead in there, so.
I think, only thing I think we're giving the taxpayers money to all the fire departments. And I think that's good that we're giving that money to them. I just think that everybody here, every elected official, every office holder have to show how their money's being spent. I'm not saying, so I'm just saying, this is just my idea, this $10,000, we need some way to know how it's been spent.
We require that they turn in
Financial.
financial,
Have you seen one of those? Have you ever looked at one of them?
no, they went to Karen.
Ma'am? I know.
I've seen some of them.
But they have to provide, before they cut a check, they have to provide them financial.
Yeah, I see that. I see a copy of the bill
Yeah.
for Fairfield.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, we need to make sure how it's been spent, you know?
Yeah. If you'd like to see them, I know they're in a file in the auditor's office, each one of them.
Does it show what it was spent? I mean, I know what the repairs and all that stuff is.
It should be
Yeah, they
listed
show
out.
improvement or whatever.
Yeah, they're supposed to do a complete finance,
Yeah.
Okay.
just like the
Some do better
chief
than
park,
others.
remembrance, they got us turn in, everybody gets
And
turned
they have,
in,
they
yeah.
have, yeah.
Museum, everybody. That's the way I understood it.
Yes.
One more thing.
All right, we're gonna leave them the same then,
Yes, ma'am.
and leave the capital outlay at 50. We haven't spent anything as of May, nor had we spent very much out of the other expense.
Do we have any trucks or any things that are coming in?
Yeah, the chief was supposed to be in,
And somebody's supposed to do one
it'll be in the next budget.
Oh,
I got a text.
Get around.
Working on Tigers.
I think they told me that Fairfield will get their grant truck for,
They should
that's
be
our
there
big
soon.
expense this year because
Yeah,
we
they'll be in
had,
this year's budget.
yeah. That's one that, we had budgeted for that,
Right.
paying for that and waiting on 85%.
The Chiefs should be November, what Ryan did, I looked at the
yeah,
text. He
we're
said,
coming in all.
I think that's Fairfield.
And one coming from Wortham, and they had to redo something.
I was thinking Wortham had something, I was thinking one of the ambulances had something.
Huh?
Didn't we do something on an ambulance too?
Got ready.
Else coming?
Not in Wortham, Mama.
No.
And we done got it though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think, Fairfield then,
It says Fairfield should get their grant truck very soon. Streetman's tanker is first in line, then Tiggs, then Dew. Not sure about the worst rescue truck work.
it's same text I got.
Sounds like 4 trucks this year anyway. Man,
That's gonna be the biggest things to do.
And we'll have,
we need to budget for what that tote's gonna be. Almost 4 trucks.
yeah, we do.
We're gonna do that on 4 packets of it.
Well, if they're about the same, then whatever one truck is, let me know. John, 4.
4 times,
Not having $8.
4 times the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And out of next year's budget, there'll be a truck lease payment of about $500,000.
ask me why I don't remember that number, but it was 480 system, I thought. Might as well say.
Yeah.
So out of that, how much we have to pay? How much we have to pay?
We end up saying all of it.
But for next year,
We
we're
were
gonna
looking
pay
at that
500.
financing being, all we're trying to do is just lock in the price on the trucks and get the line position, but it should be, of course, interest is going to be a little bit more. I guess it depends on the payment, wasn't going to be due until after the first of the year, is that right?
Right.
Or the first of the fiscal year?
Yeah, January.
That'd be the calendar year.
I think it was after the fiscal year. I think we were looking at budgeting this year for a payment in
I
this
thought we
coming
were gonna pay
October.
for one this year.
1/4 of 4.
Oh. In all. For September.
Well, if we were gonna pay it this year, it'd have to be end of
No,
September.
it was after October first.
Yeah.
First payment was supposed to be after October.
So it won't be during this year, it will be during
That's
this
the way we
budget.
figured we could swing it, since the way things work.
Right. Yeah, we already knew it was tight.
We
because we
committed,
expected Fairfield.
we done committed, we gotta swing it.
So, back to truck lease payment for this new budget, $500,000.
Yes. Plus interest. Interest will be on our next calendar year.
But will
We
it
should
be
be,
in
that
budget?
first payment this year, really, we're just knocking one truck off of the month.
But
It's the
in
following
Jan-
year that we'll have some.
When you say the following year, is that gonna be January of 26?
We'll have a lot more than interest.
27.
27.
Or after October 1st, 26.
Yeah.
Okay,
As they all come in, we'll have a lot more interest.
Yeah. But we should be,
okay.
On the years,
It's only
on the
really
years to come.
we did the note for 4, we'll make that first payment quick, so it's really like financing 3.
Yeah, so the next interest payment.
It'll be the biggest.
It'll be the biggest one. It's gonna go down.
Yeah. That's right. Same thing.
Senior service.
Yeah.
That's good.
Good for me. Was it nice week?
It's got to be.
Great one. What do you think, that? You said so. Oh, you're
Totally done. On the leases and agreements, instead of 9,000, it's going to be 15,000. Because Blackhawk said that they would not have enough money from the state to pay for our transportation for the whole year. So we're putting that 10,000, it's not gonna be that much, but we're gonna budget 10,000 to help with that transportation.
All that line, so I didn't need to, I'll book with you. You can get some money out for, never mind, I'm gonna list it, the camera goes off.
Are we in commissioner comments now?
Yeah.
Be changing some of these things. Yes, we are.
I want, if I can legally do this or not, but I'd like to nominate Clyde Ridge as
Yes.
Mr. Peach for the fuzzy.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor, aye.
I'll be sure and let the chamber of commerce know. I think they got a little house here for you.
I'm gonna be out of town, but they have a nice fuzzy peach, whatever it is.
Are we done? Jamie has a costume that is kind of like that, that might work for you.
I hate to tell you, I put on my last costume a long time ago.
it's a big fluffy one, yeah.
This was,
Thank you.